Everybody, and welcome to another edition of high school football here at Eagle Pass Sports Central. Thank you for joining us on our Facebook page and on our YouTube page. Just about ready for kickoff. About to get underway here at Southwest Legacy Stadium up here near the Somerset area in San Antonio, where the Mavericks have come in and faced the Southwest Legacy Titans. This kickoff is fair caught at about the 20-yard line. Pre-game, the Mavericks won the toss and deferred, so they have kicked off. That kickoff fair caught by number 22 for the Titans. That is Jose Mancillas. And the Legacy Titans are 2-0 so far in the season with victories against Jefferson and Lee pre-district. And this, of course, is the start of district play for both of these teams, for the Mavericks and the Titans. The Mavericks come in 0-2, looking to start a brand new district season here. Here comes Legacy from the 25-yard line. Quarterback in the shotgun. That's number 4, Aiden Garcia. Garcia takes the snap, hands off to Ross. Up the middle he goes, still on his feet across the 30 to the 32. That's number 1, James Ross, who had a couple of touchdowns last week in that game against Lee for Southwest Legacy. And he's the running back that we're going to rely on, that Legacy is going to rely on the most. And he gets that out to the 32-yard line, where it's going to be a second and about 3 from there.
Ruben, and the Mavericks defense here has their work cut out for them with what looks like a very good Southwest Legacy backfield.
Ross again with the carry. Good job by Humberto Munoz, bringing him down for a loss of a yard back at the 31-yard line. Morris Lipson Jr. and Ruben Valadez along with you here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. Partner, we've made it up to San Antonio again for the second week in a row, this time to see the Mavericks, hoping they get a good start to the district season.
Very, very nice facility here at Southwest Legacy, as we're sort of watching the sun go down here.
Lots of full action. They've got volleyball games going on here around the facility, and of course this first district game. Here's Garcia rolling out to his right, looking downfield. He's going to keep it himself. He'll get a first down at the 35, at the 40, still tiptoeing down the sideline here on the near side before being pushed out of bounds near midfield at the 49-yard line. A big rush by the quarterback there.
Garcia rolling right, looked downfield, but then had so much green in front of him, Ruben, that he just took off running down the sideline.
And so near midfield, Legacy will have a first down after that quarterback keeper by Aiden Garcia. From the shotgun again, Garcia will hand off to Ross. Ross looking for some running room, bounces right, and then has room across the 45 and near the 40 to the 42-yard line. A 7-yard gain on the carry there for Ross.
You know, number 1 looks like he's real slippery, doesn't he? He's got those little jitterbug moves, breaks a lot of tackles.
Ross, last week against Lee, ran for 254 yards on 22 carries, scored 2 touchdowns. So he is the man that Legacy is going to rely on here this evening. Again, Garcia from the shotgun with 2 receivers on one receiver on either side of the formation. The handoff to Ross, trying to turn the corner, gets past the first defender, then trips up as he crosses the 45, and he's down at the 44 for a loss of 2 yards.
Only the turf monster kept him from getting the first down there.
Slipped. It's yards after contact for him. We've seen him slip first tackles already 2 or 3 times in this game. The Maverick defense is going to have to be very sure in their tackles. Here's a 3rd and 3 from the 44-yard line. Little flip forward for the receiver. The Maverick defense has him covered, and he's able to escape and get inside the 40 to the 38 for a Legacy first down. That's number 2, Cano Esquivel, with the little push forward there, and another first down for Legacy.
That little inside flip there coming to the near side of the field, and we didn't stay home, did we, on the left side there?
They tried to string him out here as they were coming here to the near side, and he managed to escape those tacklers and get a first down. Ross in the backfield along with Garcia. Now Ross will get the carry. Up the middle he goes, and boy, he is a handful to bring down. It takes the whole of the Win defense to bring him back here at the 40, It is a loss of 2 yards, but you saw it, partner, how many wing defenders it took to bring him down.
Had 2 wing defenders that hit him initial contact, but they did not wrap him, and he was able to spin away from that over toward the left hash mark.
We mentioned that secure tackling is going to be the key for this Mavericks defense. Head coach Rene Ramirez talked about that yesterday at the prediction show. Here's another handoff for Ross. Up the middle he goes. He's got some space before being dragged down inside the 35 at the 33-yard line.
Number 63, Eduardo Castillo, finally latched on to him to bring him down.
And again, another 3rd and 5. The Mavericks have got the Titans in 3rd and mid, 3rd and long situations, but they've done a good job of converting twice already on this drive.
Interesting here whether he'll go to the run or finally again try to throw the football.
We'll see what Aiden Garcia does. This time Ross is on his left, and he's got 3 receivers across the formation. The handoff is to another running back, number 6, and he is brought down. That's Isaiah Labra with the carry, and a good job by the Mavericks defense of holding firm there at the 32-yard line.
Number 42, Jose Luis Aguilar, came right up and met him head on, actually stood him up and held on to bring him down.
It's one of the names we heard yesterday. Outstanding job from the linebacker position all season long by Aguilar. And the Titans offense is staying on the field here on this 4th and 4 play from the 32-yard line. Ross with the carry, looking for room. There's the Maverick defense. They're going to hold him up, and the ball will go over on downs. A great job by the Maverick defense. Humberto Munoz in among those tacklers, holding him up at the 31-yard line, and the Maverick offense is going to take over on downs.
What a great momentum builder there for the Maverick defense, because it looked like the Titans were driving, and they were able to stop them on 4th down.
The Mavericks will take over at the 31-yard line with 7:11 left in the first quarter. Juan Cruz Jr., the starting quarterback for the Mavericks this season, is in the shotgun with 2 receivers over to the top side of the formation. Little pitch back to Brian Leos. Leos has blockers in front of him looking for room. He nearly reaches the 35. They'll bring him down at the 34, and it's a 3-yard gain.
Let me tell you, big number 90, Roland Segovia, sort of rode him down. And I got to tell you, number 90's
takes up some space, doesn't he, partner, there on the defensive line?
Some space. Let's just leave it at that.
4th-down lineman for Legacy. The line of scrimmage is the 34-yard line. Ball on the far hash mark. Juan Cruz Jr. into shotgun with Brian Leos on his left and 2 receivers here to the near side. There's the snap. The handoff will be to Leos. Up the middle he goes. He's got room. He pushes the pile across the 40 to the 41, and that should be good enough for a Maverick 1st down.
He manages to slice through there and got just enough for the 1st down.
They have found success so far in the running game, have the Mavericks. Even though Juan Cruz Jr. had an outstanding game over the air last week down in Uvalde, the Mavericks so far relying on Brian Leos to get them their first down of the ball game. 5:58 left in the first quarter, still scoreless. And here's Cruz Jr. in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. The handoff again is to Leos. This time he's going to get caught in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard back to the 40.
Nothing there as he tried to hit the line, and it just shut down real quick.
And, partner, you always call for it, the run to set up the pass. They're keying in on Leos now. Let's see if offensive coordinator Roberto Royce chooses to go through the air here on a 2nd and 11 from the 40-yard line.
We're 5 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the first quarter, if you just joined us.
The Eagles are open this week. No game for Eagle Pass High School. And the Mavericks open district season here. Here's Cruz rolling out to his right. He's got a man there, and we are looking for a flag down there. None there, as there was coverage on the intended receiver, number 8, Kevin Sugaki, who's the leading receiver for the Mavericks, and he had a man in his face.
Cruz faked the handoff, spun around, headed to the opposite side of the field, and threw it on the run. Actually threw it into a lot of coverage.
Pretty good pass to where his man was, but you're right. A lot of coverage around Tsugaki there at about the 40-yard line in Legacy territory. Here's a 3rd and 11 now for the Mavericks from their own 40-yard line. 5:05 left here in the first quarter. He's going to have 2 receivers here to the near side, and Brian Leos just offset to his right. The snap for Cruz, the handoff to Leos, trying to find some running room. He's going to lose another yard back to the 39. And on a 4th and 12, the Mavericks are going to play the field position battle here and bring on the punt team.
Only good thing about punting the football away is that the wind, we've got the wind to our back.
We can see the Texas flag and the U.S. flag off to our left, and, of course, the Titan Legacy flag. And slight breeze, but you're right. At the back of the Mavericks for now, they'll take advantage of that. 1 man back to receive for Legacy at about the 16-yard line. There's a punt on the way from number 9 for the Mavericks, and it's going to hit out of bounds at about the 40-yard line in Legacy territory. That's David Sonora with the punt, and it's going to be good field position here for Legacy as they start their second drive of the ball game.
Ball's going to sit right at the Legacy 40-yard line over on the left hash mark.
4:20 left in the first quarter. Still scoreless between the Mavericks and the Southwest Legacy Titans. Of course, the school district, Southwest ISD, a longtime single high school district, Southwest High School, and has only recently split up into what is now Southwest Legacy High School. Here's a carry again for Ross, and Ross will get a yard to the 39 and no further.
Initial contact there made by number 50 for the Mavericks. That's Anthony Mauricio.
Good job of the Maverick defense here in withstanding this assault from James Ross, who again had 254 yards rushing last week against Lee. 2nd and 9. 2nd and 8 from the 38. Back to passes Aiden Garcia. He's got a man wide open at the 35. Streaking down the field as a receiver. Let's see if they can catch him and bring him down. They will at about the 7-yard line. A big catch for number 2, Cano Esquivel, right down the middle of the field. And Legacy is knocking on the door.
Pass action there. He faked the run and then stood up and threw it to his receiver who was streaking across to the other side of the field. Actually hit him right in stride.
So Legacy will have a 1st and goal now at the 5-yard line. Garcia in the backfield along with Ross on his left. Only one wide receiver split out wide right. The handoff is to Ross, who picks in the space and gets into the end zone for the Legacy touchdown with 3:08 left in the first quarter. Legacy has struck first. 6-0 is the score with the point after coming up.
Ross knifed through there like he was doing a 2-step all the way to the end zone and gets into the end zone. And just like that, very quickly on 2 plays, the Titans are in the end zone.
A 60-yard drive started at the Legacy 40 and ends with a 5-yard touchdown run by number 2, James Ross. On for the point after attempt is number 25, Jordan Garcia. The kick is on its way, and it is good. And so the score with 3:08 left in the first quarter, Legacy 7, Mavericks 0. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Back live with you, Morris Lipson Jr. and Ruben Valadez. 3:08 left in the first quarter. Mavericks are down 7-0. Thank you for joining us on the Eagle Pass Sports Central Facebook page, on our YouTube page, and also on KINL 92.7. And on behalf of our partners at Universal Media Connections, we want to thank their sponsors, Sangar Furniture, La Villita Tortilla Factory, Border Federal Credit Union, Stat Emergency, Texas Diamond Garage, Jad Harper, Attorney at Law, Saritas Tortilla Factory, Joe Ruiz and Associates, Lorena Melo State Farm, Choches Barbecue, Los Venados, United Medical Centers, and Tabanay Insurance. This kick is fielded at, we'll see where they mark that here on the near side, at the 26-yard line by number 11 for the Mavericks, Jaime Riojas, who had himself a big game receiving also last week. The Mavericks will start off from their 26.
If you just joined us, our Mavericks are in white, and the Titans, although I know the pants are black, but that jersey is really, really dark green.
We talked about the longtime Southwest ISD district. Those colors have been green and white for a long time. Here's Brian Leos trying to bounce left, spinning around now. He'll get a couple of yards to the 28 and no further. Southwest High School Dragons for a long time, that familiar green color. Southwest Legacy has taken on that green and gold are the colors here. And you mentioned it, partner. It's a kind of a blackout game today, wearing dark green and over black pants, and then those dark green helmets with the golden stripe down the middle. And the Mavericks, their road whites. They're going to spread it out here now for Juan Cruz Jr. 3 receivers to the top side, one split out wide left. Cruz takes the snap, quick little hitch over to Brian Leos, who's got some running room. He's at the 30, at the 35. There's a flag right as Leos turned the corner, and I think it's coming back.
Right in that area of holding, and it looked like a really little nice swing pass. Led him just right to the far side of the field. He did cut the corner, and looks like we had us a first down, and it is coming back. You called it.
Hold 10 yards from the spot. We'll see where the ball ends up now for the Mavericks, and what's going to be a 2nd and long now. The officials will walk it back from the 29. This should end up at the 19-yard line now. That's exactly where they'll set it down.
What a costly penalty, though. You know, you're instead of having a first down over here about the 36 or something like that, you're back inside the 20.
Got a 2nd and 17 now from inside the 20, from the 19-yard line. The coaches talked to us yesterday about how costly those penalties were last week against Uvalde. Here's a little end around. Over to the far side goes the running back, the ball carrier, David Sonora, and Sonora gets pushed back as he reaches the line of scrimmage, the 19. No gain for him there, and it's going to be a 3rd and 17 coming up now for the Mavericks with just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Sonora running to the far side of the field actually covered a lot of ground, except that it wasn't north and south.
That's right.
And they finally strung it up enough to go make the tackle over near the far sideline.
And so it'll be a 3rd and 17 now from the far hash mark for Juan Cruz Jr. Has 3 receivers over to the top side. One split out wide left here, and Brian Leos in his right hip pocket. Cruz looks downfield as he rolls right, comes back, lets the pass go. It's caught by Jaime Riojas at the 25, and he'll be brought down well short of a first down. It's going to be a 4th and 11 now from the 35, and on comes the punting team.
One thing Cruz did that time is he ran to the far side of the field and then threw it back across to the middle of the field. And I think the Southwest Legacy defense had that well defensed.
They covered the field there, and especially right in the middle, which is where Riojas caught it. They didn't allow him to move up very much. So here comes another punt for the Mavericks. One man back here to receive at about the 35-yard line. There's a punt on the way from Sonora that kicks at the 45 and then takes a Maverick bounce, still rolling in the Mavericks' favor. They're going to start again exactly where they started last time, will the Legacy Titans at the 40-yard line.
Just like a mirror image. Football found its way to the Legacy 40.
And, of course, last time, Legacy responded with a 60-yard drive, capped off by a 5-yard run from James Ross to get into the end zone. 29 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the Maverick defense on the field again trying to stop this Legacy Titan attack. Aiden Garcia is going to be in the shotgun again with two receivers here to the near side, and Ross just in front of him in the backfield, one receiver split out wide left. The handoff is to Ross. A little counter goes back left. He's got room at the 45, midfield into Maverick territory, and he'll be brought down. There is a flag at about the 42-yard line in Legacy territory, and we'll see. That's right where Ross managed to find the hole to turn the corner, Morris, and I have a feeling this one's coming back.
Ross was heading over here toward this side, the home side of the field, sort of cut on a dime, spun away from a tackle, headed the other way, and did manage to cut the corner. But this is coming back.
They'll mark it 10 yards from the 42. This ball should end up on the far hash mark at the 32-yard line after that penalty, where it'll be a first and about 20, first and 19 maybe from there. 18 seconds, the game clock is running here, and it is a first and 19 for Legacy. Ross with the carry. He'll get spun down. No, it's a quarterback keeper, and off to the races is number 5, Alex Rodriguez, and into the end zone for a big, long touchdown run for Legacy. They brought in a new quarterback, Rodriguez. The ball handler faked off to Ross. The Maverick defense keyed in on him, and Rodriguez had nothing but green in front of him.
First thing you look on a run like that is look back here, see if there's no yellow hankies anywhere, and there were not. So, really, once he broke into the backfield, he just turned on the rockets.
68-yard touchdown run for Alex Rodriguez, who saw some action last week against Lee. The kick from Jordan Garcia is up and good. And at the end of the first quarter, that was the last play of the first quarter. At the end of the first quarter, the Mavericks are down 14-0. We'll take a quick break. We'll step away, and we'll be right back. Back with you here for the start of the second quarter. Southwest Legacy with a 14-0 lead over the Mavericks here. We'll have the kickoff after the touchdown. 3 men back to receive for the Mavericks. Jordan Garcia will be kicking off here for Southwest Legacy. And that is headed over to the far side of the field where it is fair caught by, looks like, number 9, David Sonora. Is that 8 or 9? That's number 8, Kevin Sugaki, with the fair catch, and Sugaki will stay on the field as a receiver for the Mavericks. They'll start their drive at the 25-yard line, where it'll be a first and 10. Juan Cruz Jr. into shotgun. Takes the snap. The handoff to Brian Leos, and he stood up all the way back at the 22-yard line. A loss of 3 yards on the carry by Leos.
Number 54 there to make the tackle for the Titans. He was right there. Luis Rubio, a junior defensive lineman.
Brian Leos is averaging 52 yards rushing a game and had a good game last week against Uvalde in a tough loss for the Mavericks. 2nd and 13 here. Quick pass to Sagaki, and he is dropped immediately after that catch at the 22-yard line. No gain there. It's going to be a 3rd and long now for the Mavericks.
But 21, Javian Salazar was right there to make the tackle.
And so now a 3rd and 13. We've seen the Maverick offense in this position a couple of times already in this game, and we'll see what they can draw up here with the ball on the near hash mark. Mavericks now going from left to right on your screen. Juan Cruz Jr. into shotgun, rolls left. He'll look down for an open receiver, pumps once. There's the pass. It is incomplete, intended at the 29-yard line for number 88, Angel Espinosa. One of the many sophomores on this offense. We talked to the coaching staff yesterday at the prediction show, Morris. At any given time, they'll have 8 to 10 sophomores on this offense. So it's a young squad, but they are out there trying to give it their all. And after that incompletion, the ball will remain at the 22, where it's going to be a 4th and 13. And the Mavericks will punt it away to Daniel Martinez, standing at about his own 44-yard line. Low snap. Sugaki's got to get it up off the ground. And that kicks at about the 46 in Maverick territory and then takes a good Maverick bounce into Legacy territory. They're going to start near midfield at the 48-yard line.
So far tonight, we've been having to punt from deep in our territory, and the Titans are getting some good field position to start their drives.
And we've seen in both of their touchdown drives explosive plays. One over the air, and then that 68-yard touchdown rush by number 5, Alex Rodriguez, in this last drive.
We are seeing 2 quarterbacks here, aren't we?
That is right, 4 and 5. Aiden Garcia, number 4, and number 5, Alex Rodriguez, comes in relief. Aiden Garcia is in the shotgun here in the backfield with the ball on the near hash mark. It's a low snap. Ross has got to pick it up from off the ground, and Ross is going to get into Maverick territory before being pushed out of bounds at the 46.
You were very generous there. That was not much of a snap. I think like it went off the side of his leg or something.
That was as weird a snap as we've ever seen. But you've got to credit Ross. He was able to pick it up off the ground, read his blocks, and then get some good yardage, 6 yards on the ground. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 now from the near hash mark for Legacy. Garcia into shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to Ross. Right up the middle he goes, tries to leap over a couple of defenders, but he's brought down after a gain of a yard to the 45, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 now for Legacy. And the Maverick defense looking to come up big here to stop Legacy. We see Aiden Garcia staying in this time at quarterback, so it'll be the usual backfield of Garcia and Ross.
Number 36 for the Mavericks, Humberto Munoz Jr. actually made a really nice tackle of Ross, who had gone aerial.
That's right. Here's the snap. Garcia looking downfield. Here comes a pressure. He's got to throw it away, and I don't know if that made it towards the line of scrimmage.
Oh.
And I don't know if, well, there's no call there, but Garcia is down on that tackle. The pass was incomplete.
Gosh. And he just threw a flag, a really
is this
flag.
A roughing the passer against the Mavericks?
Yes, but there was nothing there. I mean, he just threw it there after they were tending to the player.
And I think after some lobbying from the coaches down here on the near sideline, that is a roughing. No, that's an intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
That's right. That's what we were talking about initially, is that it wasn't towards the line of scrimmage and there was no receiver in the area, so that'll cost them the down. And now you would expect on a 4th and long for Legacy to punt from here.
Tell you what, though, Ruben, that took a long time, did it not? Huh?
I think they were looking after the welfare of the quarterback at first, making sure he was okay, and then the officials decided that looked enough like intentional grounding. Number 9, Desmias Rodriguez will be punting off for Legacy. And number 4, Jonathan Salayandia is back here to receive this punt. It is on its way. It's headed towards Salayandia. He's going to let it bounce, and it takes a good Legacy bounce. I think it was down over here at about the 31. That's where they're walking. That's where it touched a Southwest player, I think. No, they're going to spot it over here at the 25 where Salayandia made contact with it. So that's where the Mavericks will start.
A little risky, catch of that ball that was rolling all over the place.
Absolutely. Even though he cradled it in his arms, it was a little bit of a risk to take as that ball bounced towards him. So the Mavericks trailing 14-0 with 9.5 or so minutes left here in the first half will come to the line of scrimmage. The 25 ball on the near hash mark. Juan Cruz Jr. is in the shotgun with Brian Leos. He'll move Leos over to his right now. The keeper by Juan Cruz turns upfield looking for some room instead of staying outside and turning the corner. He'll get to the 27, a gain of about 2 yards on the quarterback keeper there. 2nd and 8 coming up for the Mavericks. The Mavericks still have all 3 of their timeouts. It'd be nice here. The Mavericks do get the ball first in the second half. They won the toss and deferred. It'd be nice if they could string together a nice long drive, finish it out with some points, and then not leave any time for Legacy's offense here in the first half. But they've got a long way to go before that happens, 72 yards to be precise. Ball is at the 27. Here's the snap. Quick pass over to Brian Leos, trying to find some room, and he's brought down by a knifing defender back at the original line of scrimmage, the 25.
We're going to that little swing pass, but the Titans doing a good job of staying home.
And, of course, those work if you have good blocking downfield from your wide receivers in your line, and that time the Legacy defense was able to exploit that. 3rd and 10 from the 25 now for the Mavericks. Ball on the far hash mark. Cruz into shotgun with 3 receivers over to the top side and 1 split out wide right. He'll take the snap, drops straight back, steps up in the pocket. There's the pass. It's caught by Sugaki, and he's got a first down at the 39-yard line. A great pass down the left seam up those hash marks, and the Mavericks have a first down.
What a great catch by Sugaki. He caught that ball and then took a vicious hit, and he holds on to it.
The Legacy safety was right there, and you've got to give credit to Sugaki for holding on to that, knowing that hit was coming. Ball is at the 39 now. 1st and 10 from there for the Mavericks. Cruz in the shotgun again, 3 receivers over to the top side, 1 split out wide right here to the near side. Here's a handoff to Leos, and he's going to get swallowed up at the 35-yard line, a loss of 4 yards.
Big number 45 came through there, latched onto him. That was Roger Casillas.
That was a jailbreak run blitz there. I mean, they were in the backfield almost immediately to bring Leos down. And Brian Leos needs his offensive line to give him some space to run and a little time. Cruz in the shotgun. The handoff again to Brian Leos. This time he squeezes past the first line of defenders. And I got to tell you, partner, you and I saw it. If he had slipped maybe just one more tackle, he had a lot of green in front of him. As it is, he does a good job of getting it inside the 40 to the 38 for a 3rd and manageable for the Mavericks.
The Titan penetration pursuit is really quick, and it commits early. So if we can just knife through there and, catch him in that formation, we can go a long way.
6:23 left in the first half. Mavericks are down 14-0. They've got a 3rd and 7 here from their own 42-yard line. Cruz drops back. Here comes the blitz. Oh, and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Angel Espinosa, who turned his head just a little bit too late. But Cruz had to get rid of it because that pressure was in his face. Espinosa, I don't think, was quite ready for the ball, but he would have had a connection.
Not only a connection, he was right at the first down marker.
And so it's a 4th and 7 now. The Mavericks will bring the punting team on. They're going to punt into this wind. Kevin Sugaki should be punting from here.
One receiver back at about his own 20.
Here is the punt from Sugaki, high up in the air. Coming here to the near side. Hits at about the 31, and the Mavericks will let it roll all the way to the 30-yard line. That's where Southwest Legacy will start with 5:52 left here in the first half. And again, partner, the Maverick defense is going to be called on. This is a very important drive for them so that they do not allow any more points before the end of the half.
14-0. Legacy ahead here if you just joined us.
And we want to thank all of you from not just Eagle Pass, but all over the state and the country for tuning in. Tuning in, that's an old radio phrase. Some folks are tuning in to 92.7 for logging on and seeing us on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. We've got some viewers from Galveston. Hey, here's Rodriguez again with the quarterback carry. And this time he's brought down for a loss of a yard to the 29.
Had one Maverick, number 36. Again, Humberto Munoz Jr. We've been talking a lot about him tonight. Came in to ride him down.
Starting quarterback Aiden Garcia is still on the sideline there after being injured in the last drive. And so number 5, Alex Rodriguez, the man with the 68-yard touchdown now, is in at quarterback in the backfield with Ross. Quick pass to this side. It's caught at the 30-35, still on his feet, whirling around at the 40-45 is the receiver, number 26. The first action he's seen, that's Jordan Garcia. No, that is Elias Rodriguez with the catch and carry, and it's a first down for Legacy at the 47.
I noticed at the beginning of the game that number 26 was in the backfield, and he's got some size on him. We're running that like a tight end. A
tight end or a fullback coming out of the backfield, and he rumbled down the sideline. Lots of movement there. It's probably going to cost Legacy 5 yards.
May have been that Rodriguez kind of changed his cadence a little bit.
That's absolutely what it sounded like that offensive line was used to that snap count from Aiden Garcia, and with Alex Rodriguez now in at quarterback, and we see Garcia down here on the sideline speaking with the trainer.
Probably hollering Omaha down there.
Back to the 42-yard line, 1st and 15 now after the penalty for Southwest Legacy. We've got 4:45 left in the first half. The Titans are up 14-0 on the Mavericks, and the Maverick defense looking to hold them here before the end of the first half. Another pass to this side. The receiver with plenty of room is across midfield after the catch. That's number 11, Elroy Bolden. And Bolden takes his first catch of the ball game into Maverick territory to the 47-yard line.
The 15 for the Mavericks. Jesus Rodriguez there to ride him out of bounds.
Big cushions from the Maverick defensive backs on these Titan receivers. 2nd and 4 for Legacy. The handoff to Ross. He's got room at the 40-45. Cuts upfield at the 30, 25, 20. They're going to try to bring him down from behind. Nothing doing there. A 47-yard touchdown run for James Ross, his second of the ball game. And the score, with 4 minutes exactly left in the first half, for now, is 20-0 with a point after attempt coming up.
Ross gets the handoff. It comes over to the near side of the field. Looked like he was just, like in second gear there. And then once he broke down the sideline, he really turned it on.
Once he turns on the jets in open field, Ross is very difficult to catch up to, and the Maverick defense was unable to there. Jordan Garcia will come on for the point after attempt with 4 minutes left here in the first half. Southwest Legacy has just scored its third touchdown. That point after is blocked. They can pick it up and run it back for 2 if they are able to. They are not, though, as number 15 for the Mavericks is dropped there. That is Jesus Rodriguez, who very smartly picked up that ball but was brought down. So the score with 4 minutes remaining in the first half will be 20-0, and we will be right back. 4 minutes left in the first half. And it is a 20-0 lead for Southwest Legacy. Jordan Garcia about to kick off here. 3 men back to receive for the Mavericks. The kickoff is on its way. And that is going to be fielded at about the 7-yard line. Over to the far side of the field goes Ian Herrera with the return. And he'll be pushed out of bounds over on the far sideline at the 16.
Okay, partner, we were talking about the bands, and you're telling me that you and Christy here telling me that the Titan band is marching a bassoon?
That's right. So it looks like Southwest Legacy has their middle school, which is just off to our right here, almost on the same campus. And one of those young men down there has a bassoon, a double reed instrument that's usually an orchestral instrument, but
Chinese to me.
He's going to march today, and good for him. Here's Juan Cruz Jr. in the backfield from the 16-yard line. Motion in the backfield to try to disguise this handoff to Brian Leos, but nothing to do with it. You've brought him up a couple of times, partner. Number 90 for Southwest Legacy. Just a monster in the middle of that defensive line.
He is, and for sure I don't think you're going to go through him, so you're going to have to try to go around him if he doesn't swallow you up.
That's right. So a 2nd and 13 now for the Mavericks. The ball is back at the 13-yard line on the far hash mark. 3:20 left in the first quarter. And the real danger now is that you turn the ball over either on downs or otherwise here, and you still leave Legacy time to score before the end of the half. So the Mavericks have to be careful with that too. Lots of men up close to the line, lots of defenders. The handoff this time is to number 20, Axel Picasso, and Picasso gets back to the 15-yard line, a gain of a couple of yards there, and it's going to be a 3rd and 11 for the Mavericks. Now, there is a timeout called by Legacy. We talked about it. If Legacy is smart, they'll call a timeout here and save themselves some time to get the ball back in what should be pretty good field position if the Mavericks have to punt from right around here.
You know, we're down 20-0, and the Titans still looking for an opportunity before the half to put more points on the board.
Their first time out of the half. Legacy will have 2 remaining. And the Mavericks are facing a 3rd and 13 when their offense comes back out onto the field. Again, the Eagles this week are open. They'll have a game next week down in Eagle Pass. A game we'll be covering down at the SAC against New Braunfels Canyon.
New Braunfels Canyon,
I believe.
Going down to Eagle Pass. And then I think next week the Mavericks are open. Am I right or no?
I believe they are. Yes, the Mavericks will be open next week. They'll have a bye. Parents' night next week for Eagle Pass High School. And, of course, we'll be with you for the prediction show on Thursday. 2:58 left here in the first half, 3rd and 13. The Mavericks looking to convert and stay on the field. Here comes the run blitz, and that was a little early, I'd say.
Oh, you think so? They didn't even snap the ball, and he was already 5 yards deep in the backfield.
That looked to me like number 38 from down here.
I'd say his timing was a little off. But if he had snapped it, that would have been really great, huh?
Well, we'll take it, right? It's in the neutral zone, and so the ball gets moved to the 20, and it's now a 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 6 from the 20-yard line for the Mavericks. Cruz takes the snap, hands off to Picasso, and Picasso is able to get to the 22, a gain of a couple of yards on the carry for him there, and now it'll be a 4th down. And Legacy, smartly, has called their second time out of the half to stop the clock and get a chance to get the ball back. If you look at the touchdown drives for Legacy, all 3 of them have been quick. A 3-play touchdown drive, a 2-play touchdown drive, and then about a 4 or 5-play touchdown drive this last part. So they're able to strike quick against this Maverick defense, and in calling this timeout, it's what they're looking to do before the end of the half.
There's still 2 minutes and 48 seconds left, which in football time is a lot of time.
They'll have one timeout left after they get the ball here. Will the Legacy Titans?
Ruben, we come and do all these broadcasts, and we do it every Friday. We want to send out a big shout out to all of our law enforcement in Eagle Pass, and there's a lot of it. There's the Border Patrol, the DPS troopers that are there, our people down at the bridge, and not to mention the National Guard, our local police, and our sheriff's department. So I don't think I've missed anybody.
I want to thank all of our law enforcement for the work that they do in our community down there in Eagle Pass and in Maverick County. Sugaki's back to receive the snap to get this punt off. It's a low snap in between his legs. There's no punt rush, and Sugaki gets it off at the 45, then takes a very good Maverick bounce into Legacy territory. I tell you what, Sugaki thought about it for about half a second running with it because he had room. There was no rush on whatsoever. It was a safe punt formation, and he might have been able to get the yardage for a first down.
Either that way or the other way. He muffed the snap and then was thinking about running with it, then looked up and saw nobody there, and he said, guess what? I better kick this.
And, of course, you mentioned it, partner. We do these broadcasts weekly during the fall. You've been doing this for a long time, and we want to take the opportunity here in week 3 to tip our cap to your former longtime partner, Lynn Purcell, and your best friend for many years. Here's Garcia back in the ball game. He's got a receiver streaking down the far hash mark and into the end zone for the touchdown. Talk about your quick strike. That's Cano Esquivel with a huge strike from Aiden Garcia, who took a series off, now back on in the quarterback position for the Titans, and then a quick 60-yard strike or so for the touchdown, and the score is now 26-0 in favor of Legacy with 2:25 left in the second quarter.
Hit him right in stride. What a great pass. You have to give him credit.
Jordan Garcia on for the point after attempt. You see the Thundering Maverick band off in the distance, getting ready for their halftime performance. The kick is good, and it's going to make the score Legacy 27, Mavericks nothing here with about 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. .25 left in the first half. Legacy now has a 27-0 lead over the Mavericks. Here's a kickoff from Jordan Garcia. It's a good one, and it's going to be fielded at the 12-yard line over on the far side of the field. Fumble at about the 15-yard line, and we'll see who's able to fall on it. Here comes... Looks like the Mavericks were able to recover. They're at about just inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. The return man there was number 13, Ian Herrera, and had a good head of steam, but as soon as he had first contact at about the 20 or so, that ball popped loose. The Mavericks fortunate to be able to fall on top of it there inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. And now The Mavericks will call a timeout, their first of the first half, as they needed some time to get their offensive formation in before the play clock wound down. We've got 2:19 left here in the first half. Mavericks are down 27-0. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. .219 left. The Mavericks will start their drive at the 14-yard line. Juan Cruz Jr. into shotgun, has two receivers here to the near side. Brian Leos back in the game on his right. The handoff is to Leos, and he's going to get swallowed up at the 10-yard line. The Maverick offensive line needs to find an answer for big number 90, Roland Segovia. He is wreaking all sorts of havoc in the Maverick offensive backfield. This ball will be spotted at the 11, a loss of 2 yards for the Mavericks on the carry, and it's going to be a 2nd and 13 from there. With 1:52 left here in the second quarter, Legacy does have one timeout, but it doesn't do them much good. They could only stop the clock once here. So the Mavericks will probably grind this clock down as much as they can before having to hand the ball over. Here's a quick pitch on the outside to Leos. And Leos trying to turn the corner, gets back to the line of scrimmage, the 11, and no further. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long now. The down marker on the far side says 4, but this should be a 3rd down, not a 4th down for the Mavericks. The scoreboard's got it right, 3rd and 13. And the Maverick offense is looking over to that side, trying to make sure that they've got that right. By our count, this should be 3rd down, even though the down marker on the far side says 4th. From the 11-yard line, ball on the near hash mark. Cruz in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself on the quarterback sweep, trying to turn the corner on the far side, and he's going to be brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Loss of another 2 yards there. We're under a minute now, about half a minute left in the first half. The clock stops with 36 seconds left in the first half. And that is because Legacy has called their last timeout of the first half, and they're going to look to get something done. And when you consider that that last drive took all of maybe 15 seconds, if that, a one-play drive, a 60-yard pass from Garcia to Esquivel, Legacy is going to try to get this ball back and possibly put some more points on the board before the end of the half here against the Mavericks. The Titans are all out of timeouts, and this punt is going to be important to see if the Mavericks can push the Titans as far back as possible. Sugaki is going to get this snap on this punt very near his own goal line. And one man back here to receive for Legacy. The return man standing in Maverick territory at the 45. Sugaki is going to be about 4 yards deep in the end zone when he gets this snap. It's got to be a good one, and he's got to be able to get it off. It's on its way. Here's the rush. It's blocked near the goal line, and it's going to come out of bounds at the 10-yard line. The near officials got it at the 9. We'll see where they spot this at the 20. That's where they'll mark it down. But Legacy's going to start in Maverick territory at the red zone, basically, at about the 20-yard line. With 29 seconds left in the first half. We talked about it right before the snap. Sugaki had to be able to field it quickly and get it off. And Legacy had a punt rush on this time as opposed to a safe formation as last time. That punt got blocked near the goal line. And so Legacy now starts from the 20. Dropping back is Garcia. He's got a receiver open at the 21. He'll be brought down. Legacy has no timeouts left, and they've got 20 seconds left in the half if they want to snap this ball another time. 50 from the 15-yard line. Garcia will kill the clock. Spike it at the 19. There's a flag down here at about the 16. We'll see what that's about. Probably some movement before the snap because Legacy was in a hurry. And so it'll cost them 5 yards. The ball will go back to the 20. It's going to be a 2nd and 10 from there. But if you're Legacy at this point, with 11 seconds left on the clock, you're probably looking at getting a couple of shots into the end zone before the end of the half.
And they already lead 27-0 here in the first half.
They will step this off. The ball's going to end up back at the 20.
You know, this is the first district game for, I believe, both of these teams.
That's right. Legacy has a 2-0 record coming in. They've beaten Jefferson and Lee. And the Mavericks, having played the Eagles and the Uvalde Coyotes last week with an 0-2 record. Here's Garcia looking for receivers downfield. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to be sacked at the 25, and that'll be the last play of the half. A great job there by number 42, Jose Luis Aguilar, who's had himself a heck of a season on defense. And so the Maverick, you got to hand it to them, the Maverick defense tightened up when they needed to and didn't allow any more points here at the end of the first half. And so that'll be the end of the first half. They'll go into the locker rooms with Legacy up 27-0, and Morris, adjustments at halftime.
Well, I would say the Mavericks have to go in, but with this Titan offense, it's just going to be really, really difficult. Not only are they, they're going on all cylinders. The passing game is doing well, and then with Ross running the football, they're going with 2 quarterbacks. We saw one of their quarterbacks go down, but I think he came back in. So, there's going to be some adjustments made, but it's going to be a tough second half for the Mavericks.
And offensively, that offensive line has to find a way to deal with Roland Segovia, number 90. He's wreaking havoc in the middle of that Maverick offensive line. So the Mavericks
start double teaming them.
Yep, some help against Roland Segovia there. I want to thank sponsors on behalf of Universal Media Connections at KNL 92.7, Sangar Furniture, La Villita Tortilla Factory, Border Federal Credit Union, Stat Emergency, Texas Diamond Garage, Jad Harper, Attorney at Law, Saritas Tortilla Factory, Joe Ruiz and Associates, Lorena Melo State Farm, Choch's Barbecue, United Medical Centers, Los Venados, and Tammany Insurance. And we want to thank our sponsors here on Eagle Pass Sports Central, Brown Chevrolet of Eagle Pass, Ancira Ford of Eagle Pass, and Choch's Barbecue. Some delicious eats yesterday there at Choch's during the prediction show. 27-0 is the score here at halftime. You're seeing the Silverline Dance Team down below, and the thundering Maverick Band will be on the field as well. We won't have any sound for you during halftime because we are in a sealed booth. Our mics can't make it outside, but we'll certainly keep our cameras on so that you can see band parents and dance parents, if they wish, here on Eagle Pass Sports Central, can see their students perform down on the field here at Legacy Stadium as well. We'll be back for the start of the second half. Welcome back for the start of the second half. Morris Lipson Jr. and Ruben Valadez along with you here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. Just about ready for the second half kickoff. You saw the thundering Maverick band down on the field at halftime, the Silverline dance team, as both of the band programs in Eagle Pass get ready for pre-UIL and then eventually UIL competition. Kickoff is on its way. It's a short one, and it will go out of bounds. The penalty flag will be thrown, and the Mavericks are going to have good field position here to start the second half. 27-0 is the Legacy lead over the Mavericks. And we'll see, Morris, what kind of answers the Mavericks have here on offense to start the second half.
Mavericks get the football first here. They're going to start from their own 30-yard line, going from left to right across your screen. We usually, or across your radio dial, if you're on 92.7.
And if you use your radio dial.
True.
Ball's on the near hash mark. Juan Cruz Jr. is going to be in the shotgun. He's got Brian Leos on his right and two receivers bunched up here to the near side of the formation. There's a handoff. Brian Leos has a blocker in front of him, is able to get maybe a couple of yards to the 32, where it'll be second down.
You know, one of the things that I'm noticing that Legacy's doing is they're really uptight on our receivers. Like, you know, we're going to try to eliminate your passing game here, especially if you're not really throwing downfield, and make you run this football.
That's right. Tight coverage on the receivers and tight coverage inside the box. Look how many defenders are that close to the line of scrimmage for Southwest Legacy. Here's another handoff to Brian Leos. Bounces right. Has good room there. Still on his feet as he nears the 40-yard line. He's going to be about a yard shy of a first down to the 39 on a good, strong run for Brian Leos.
Good run. He spun away from a tackle at about the 38 and actually almost made it to that 40-yard line. He got it to the 39.
So 3rd and 1 as the Mavericks open up the second half. Ball will be on the near hash mark. In comes Juan Cruz Jr. with the play call. Just underway here in the third quarter at Southwest Legacy Stadium. Built, partner, in such a way that there's just not a lot in the surrounding area, is there? Kind of pitch black as you look out to where the stadium ends. Here's Leos.
Fumble the football.
Lost the ball as he approached the line of scrimmage. And Southwest Legacy will recover here at the 38-yard line.
Looks like number 6. Isaiah Labra came up with the football.
And so Southwest Legacy will take over in Maverick territory at the 38 after what looked like a promising start to the second half for the Mavericks. Leos couldn't hang on to that ball there. And the second turnover, I believe it's the second turnover of the ball game for the Mavericks. Here is Alex Rodriguez in at quarterback. He'll hand off to Ross, who nearly lost it himself. Good job there by number 63, Eduardo Castillo, coming in and bringing Ross down after a gain of only a yard to the 37.
And you know what? One of the things I think we're going to see from both teams is they're not really going to try to throw the football a lot. You keep your running game going, you stay in bounce, and, this clock will run.
We do see Aiden Garcia warming up on the sideline, who's the starting quarterback for Southwest Legacy. Alex Rodriguez has stayed in here. He's got the keeper after faking the handoff to Ross, and the Maverick defense stays home and brings down Rodriguez at the 36 after a gain of only a yard.
You know, Ruben, you were so right in the first, what you were commenting in the first half. If the Mavericks could stay away from the breakaway play, the quick strike, they're not doing a bad job of containment.
That's right. They're able to keep him down on first and second down a lot. Here comes the run blitz here. Quick pass. Caught at the 35 by number 11, and he's got enough room there for a first down. That is Elroy Bolden with the catch. And again, lots of cushion there on the receivers on the outside, and Bolden just caught that and moved it downfield inside the 25 to the 24.
You're all right. There's a lot of room for growth around Southwest Legacy High School and this complex. But, we were commenting as we drove in that there's a lot of apartment complexes that weren't here just a couple of years ago.
That's right. When we started coming here, there just wasn't a lot of development around the area. And you see that now. Homes for sale, new subdivisions in and around this area. Lots of growth here in this part of out of Bexar County, really. Ross with that carry gets it to the 17. Gain of 7 on the play brings up a 2nd and 3 now.
This basically is what, on the outside of 410 South, and right inside 1604?
Right about there. Of course, again, the longtime sunken stadium over at Southwest. Here's Ross with a counter again. Has room at the 10. Puts his head down at the 5 and is brought down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. And it's going to be a 1st and goal for Legacy from there.
254 yards, I believe, for Ross last week against San Antonio Lee. He's probably not going to be far off here tonight.
He's got to be getting close. The ball on the near hash mark inside the 5-yard line. Alex Rodriguez will stay in at quarterback with Ross in the backfield with him on his left. 7:56 left in the third quarter. 27-0 is the Legacy lead. There's a fumble on the handoff, and Rodriguez was able to get it back, but he's going to be sacked back here at the 15-yard line. A loss of 11 yards on the sack.
Ruben, number 63 for the Mavericks. Again, Johnny on the spot to make the tackle.
Dicey attempt at a handoff between Alex Rodriguez and Alex Ross. And Rodriguez, that ball was up in the air for a little bit, just kind of grabbed it and had nowhere to go but backwards. And so that ball now is at the 14-yard line, where it's going to be a 2nd and goal.
Ruben, a broken play is probably just like a bad dream for a quarterback, huh?
That's right, because you can hear the footsteps coming at you, and you've got to secure the ball at the same time. The ball's on the ground again, and the Mavericks have recovered at the 16-yard line. Another fumble. Legacy coughs it right back up after the Mavericks fumble.
That's what we're thinking here. And number 51, is it?
51 comes up from underneath the pile. Jaco Gomez with the recovery. And on back-to-back plays, kind of a slippery football there for the Legacy Titan backfield, and the Mavericks recover the fumble and are on offense again at the 15.
You got to wonder at what point does Legacy start thinking about maybe giving some more players an opportunity to play and see if the Mavericks can take advantage of that.
We'll see how long the starters stay in for Southwest Legacy. Not a big squad in terms of numbers as we're looking down on the sideline. Here is Picasso with the carry, and Picasso gets a yard to the 16 before being pushed back.
One thing that we do see is that that mountain of a player, number 90, is still there.
He's still there, taking up space right in the middle. Defensive tackle in the middle of that formation, still making tackles. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Mavericks from the 16-yard line, with about 6.5 minutes left here in the third quarter, as the clock has kept running for the most part, running plays for both of these teams here in the second half. Cruz Jr. in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls left. Here comes the pressure. He's got to get that ball off. He does. It's caught at about the 17-yard line by number 46, Jaden Castillo, sophomore fullback, and that's an extra couple of yards to the 19.
Cruz had looked up, had all those big linemen in front of him, and threw a little jump pass, didn't he?
He had to get over the pressure that was in his face. And now from the 19-yard line, the Mavericks have a 3rd and 6. Cruz in the shotgun, ball on the far hash mark. There is the snap. That pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. He was looking down here for number 11, Jaime Riojas. It was going to be a long throw all the way to the bottom of the field, but batted down, and on comes the Maverick punting unit.
Number 8 batted that down for the Titans. Eli Sanchez, big tight end, linebacker also.
So on comes Sugaki for the punt. He's had one blocked already in this game late in the first half. And one man back here to receive for Legacy at about the 45-yard line. Here is the punt. That should take a good Maverick bounce. It's fielded, though, at about the 44 by number 18. And as he comes to the near side of the field, still on his feet. And a great return for number 18 for Legacy, Joel Montes. And Montes has the Titans in good field position inside the red zone at the 14.
I think the Maverick coverage, was a little surprised that he came up so quick and on the run, caught that football and then knifed his way down the near sideline here.
And so Legacy will start at the 19 with the ball on the near hash mark. And we have got a new quarterback in. And this looks to be Isaiah Campa, if I've got that number right, number 16.
This young man is a senior.
And Campa getting the opportunity in the backfield now after those couple of fumbled snaps from Alex Rodriguez. Quick pass caught at the 16-yard line, and down the field goes the receiver, number 26, Elias Rodriguez, the tight end. And Rodriguez is quickly inside the 5, where it's a 1st and goal for the Titans.
Both on the defensive front and even in the backfield with like Elias Rodriguez, good size there.
They're going to be very successful, I think, in district play because, as you say, they're well-sized all over the field. Here's Ross with the carry, puts his head down at the 2, and is met there by the Maverick defense.
Also in the quarterback position, this is their third quarterback, 3 deep. This is the senior, but you've got both a sophomore and a junior.
And now comes Aiden Garcia on for his first snap of the second half.
And Garcia is the youngest of them all. He's a sophomore.
Under center with a heavy formation behind him. The handoff is to the up man, the fullback. There's a flag on the play.
But he's calling the touchdown, though.
The official on the far side comes in and calls the touchdown. So that might have been an offsides against the Mavericks. We'll wait to see what the call is here from our referee. It's a false start against Legacy, so it'll mark him back 5 yards. Ball will end up at the 7 now, where it'll be a 2nd and goal.
So far, the Mavericks have kept the Titans off the scoreboard here, and we're down to 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Number 16, Campa will be the quarterback in the shotgun. Takes the snap, the counter to Ross, who escapes the first man and tries to turn the corner here on the near sideline, but is upended at the 5. Good job there of coming in on the tackle for Bobby Cabrera for the Mavericks. And it's a 3rd and goal now for Southwest Legacy from the 4-yard line.
Something that surprised me the last play, that they didn't really start the play clock, and they do this time.
3.5 minutes left in the third quarter. You mentioned it. The Maverick defense has kept Legacy off the board here in the third quarter. Low snap again. It's got to be picked up by Alex Rodriguez, who's in at the quarterback, and Rodriguez will go into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
Well, you managed to look like a broken play, but he spun over here toward the near side of the field and, managed to get in right inside the pylon.
A 3-yard touchdown run by Alex Rodriguez as his three-headed quarterback monster for Legacy continues to put up points. 3:11 left on the clock here in the third quarter. The score for now is 33-0, with Jordan Garcia coming on for the point after attempt. The kick is up and good. And the score now, with 3 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter, Southwest Legacy 34, Mavericks nothing. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. .311 left in the third quarter. 34-0 is the score. Here comes the kickoff. Jordan Garcia will kick off from his own 40-yard line. A short one that will be fair caught at the 25-yard line by Ian Herrera. And the Mavericks will go on offense again from the 25. We want to thank all of you listening in on Eagle Pass Sports Central on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. We'll have the prediction show this coming Thursday. And we will be at home the next couple of weeks down at the SAC as New Braunfels Canyon comes in to face the Eagles next week. And the week after that, we'll have a win game against Jay. Motion from Espinosa. Here's a quarterback sweep from Cruz. He's got room, turns upfield, and gets to the 30-yard line. Gain of 5 yards on the quarterback keeper there. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Mavericks.
Ruben, we're looking at this field, and from looking at it from up here, it looks like some parts of it are like wet, but it's an artificial turf, so that may just be the way the pellets are on there.
Just the way the carpet's kind of laid out here at Southwest Legacy Stadium. Quick pass over to the left flat, caught by Picasso, and Picasso is able to get upfield and to the 32 before being tripped up. So a 3rd and 3 coming up now for the Mavericks from the 32-yard line. Nice little pass there to Alex Picasso. Roland Segovia, big number 90, still on the field for Legacy with 2:05 left in the third quarter. Mavericks looking to pick up a first down from the 32. Cruz in the shotgun, 3 receivers over to the far side. Here comes the blitz from the right side of the line, and that pass is incomplete. Intended over on the far side for Angel Espinosa. Coverage all over him there. Also a low pass as Cruz was being chased by that blitz. As he rolled to his left, had to reset and throw to Espinosa over on the far side. That ball incomplete, and the Mavericks will bring on the punting team here. With a minute 43 left in the third quarter. Sugaki will punt this off. And a new return man over here at about the 35 for Southwest Legacy. Play clock has wound down to 0, and the Mavericks call a timeout right before it does. And we will take a timeout along with them. 34-0 is the score. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Fourth and 3 call that for the Mavericks. They had to call a timeout as the play clock was running down. But Sugaki will be on to punt. We've got 1:43 left in the third quarter. High snap. Sugaki's able to bring it down off the side of his foot, and that's going to bounce down at the 45 down here on the near sideline. That's where Southwest Legacy will start in Maverick territory at the 45 with 1:34 left here in the third quarter. And we'll see who comes out at quarterback for Southwest Legacy. That's kind of the game to play at this point. Which one of the three do you like to come out? It's going to be the senior, Campa, who'll start this drive.
Yeah, Ruben, you made your predictions. We made our predictions. If you were hoping Sotomayor was going to beat Brennan.
I was sorely mistaken. I saw parts of that game last night on KSAT 12, and yeah, so Brennan just all over Sotomayor. My only chance is that South Carolina takes care of business against LSU tomorrow. 2-yard gain, new running back in. Alex Ross is out of the game now for Legacy. We've got a new running back here. These jerseys are all kind of pulled up. We can't see any numbers.
Yeah, they pull them up underneath those shoulder
from
pads.
Up where we are. This is Campa at quarterback. We'll get you a number on that running back here in a second. Looks to be number 6. And he'll get to the 40-yard line on that carry. That is Isaiah Labra with the carry, and he gets to the 39.
You know, Ruben from around our district, United is beating the San Benito. Well, that's a final 28-0. Bernie is up. It's also a final now. Medina Valley, they beat Bernie 31-7.
Campa with a pass down here to the near side and plenty of running room after the catch for number 23, Paul Levine. And Levine has a Legacy first down to the 30.
And the battle down in Laredo Alexander, actually 25-10 there now with 4 minutes left.
Clock running down. That will be the last play of the third quarter. We'll switch sides of the field quickly and be right back with you. 34-0 is the score as we head to the fourth quarter. Start of the fourth quarter, 34-0 is the score. Campa in at quarterback for Legacy. They've got a first down at the 30-yard line in Maverick territory. Now the Mavericks defending the south end zone, going from right to left. Here's another handoff to Labra, and Labra gets that to the 27-yard line, a gain of 3 yards on the carry there. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Titans. They are in no particular hurry here. We have a good Maverick crowd across the field from us. Several people that made the trip. Here's a touchdown for Legacy, number 88, Isaac Castillo, with the 27-yard touchdown. And for the moment, the score is 40-0 with the point after attempt coming up. That one comes with 11:22 left in the third quarter. Isaac Castillo with that touchdown. Jordan Garcia comes on for the point after attempt with 11:22 left in the ball game. Kick is on its way, and it is good. 41-0 now is the Legacy lead over the Mavericks. We'll be right back for the kickoff. $11:22 left in the ball game. Jordan Garcia will be kicking off here after the touchdown. Three men back there to receive for the Mavericks. That's Sugaki and Herrera on the closer to the sidelines, and this one will be fair cut by Sugaki here at about the 19-yard line. The Mavericks will start at the 25.
11:22 left in this football game in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, it's my understanding that you like the Aggies' chances tomorrow down there in Gainesville.
I'm a little afraid of Florida because they haven't started off well, but they sometimes have a tendency to finish well. And if they don't start turning it around like now, it's going to be rough for Florida.
Lots of college action tomorrow. Man in motion here for the Mavericks. The handoff is to Picasso, and Picasso gets met at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a yard to the 26. It'll be 2nd and 9.
They faked the handoff to number 8, Kevin Sugaki, coming around, who, after he tried to throw a block, came up limping.
And he'll come off the field now. There he goes.
Field, but running off on his own power.
2nd and 9 from the 26 for the Mavericks. Two receivers on either side of the formation. Cruz got them to jump off sides. This is a free play. Yeah, why not? Just throw it way down the field and just out of the reach of number 11, Jaime Rojas, over on the far side. But the Mavericks should get 5 yards here after that offsides. So that'll end up at the 31, and it'll be a 2nd and 4 now for the Mavericks. Rojas, who was on the far side of the field, also came back to the huddle limping a little bit. 10.5 minutes left here in the ball game.
Beautiful evening for football.
Very nice. We stepped outside to listen to the Thundering Maverick band at halftime. Nice weather down here as things turn to fall. Picasso with the catch and carry. Good job of evading a couple of tacklers before getting just a yard shy of the first down to the 34. Gain of 3 yards on the carry. And it's going to be 3rd and 1 now. The Mavericks looking to convert. They started this game doing a good job converting a couple of 3rd downs early before being overwhelmed by this Legacy defense. Cruz in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the top side, 1 split out wide left. The handoff is to Picasso. Picasso will put his head down as he crosses the 35, and he'll have a first down at the 37-yard line. 9:27 left in the game. Clock keeps moving as the Mavericks grind things out on the ground. We don't see anymore big number 90, Roland Segovia, on the field. He's done for the day. And so, as you mentioned, partner, now that some of the backups have come in, hopefully the Maverick offense can take advantage and put some points on the board. Here's a handoff down to the 40-yard line goes Axel Picasso. It'll be a 2nd and 7 from the 40. Timeout down on the field. And I believe that's the 2nd timeout called by the Mavericks, unless there's an injury somewhere that I'm not seeing. No time called. The clock is ticking. And the Mavericks.
Kind of unusual.
It was. It's kind of a stop in action there.
Yeah, the play clock, well, they just started the 25-second clock. But coach out in the field with almost the whole team and no timeout.
Cruz steps back. There's a pass. It's going to be nearly intercepted at about the 43-yard line.
We had a receiver out there. If that had been thrown a little bit higher, he would have caught it in stride.
So it's a 3rd and 7 now from the 40-yard line for the Mavericks. The clock does stop on the incompletion with 8:27 left in the ball game. Cruz Jr. coming in with the play call. Axel Picasso in the backfield along with Cruz. There's the snap. Cruz drops straight back. Now steps up in the pocket. Comes here to the near side. That pass is incomplete. Intended down here for Jonathan Salayandia. Single coverage down there, but Salayandia just couldn't make it back to a ball that was slightly underthrown to him here on the near sideline. And the Mavericks are going to have to punt. 8:18 left in the ball game. The Thundering Maverick band and its equipment trailer. The band is still here, but the equipment trailer is on its way back down 35 and 57, the same route we'll be taking here at the end of this ball game. Here's Sugaki with the punt. This time it's a good one. Line drive. Sends the receiver back. That one's fielded at the 30-yard line. Here coming to the near side is number 7 for Legacy, Ahmad Polk. And Polk is brought down at the 40-yard line.
Just noticing the Mavericks changed the punter on us. That was number 10, Daniel Rodriguez, as they gave Sugaki some rest. Of course, we saw him limp off, so we don't know if that was on his kicking foot.
8:04 left in the game. And Southwest Legacy will start from their own 40-yard line. Here comes Alex Rodriguez with the play call. After we've seen Isaiah Campa the past couple of drives, Rodriguez under center. The handoff here to Labia, and he gets a couple of, maybe 1 yard to the 41. Labra with the carry. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up here for Southwest Legacy. Rodriguez from the shotgun. They're going to let the play clock run down as much as possible from here on out. There's a snap with 5 seconds. The handoff again to Labra, and he gets another yard to the 42. And it's going to be 3rd and 8 now from there for the Titans.
But 36, Humberto Munoz Jr. latched on to him there to bring him down.
One of the defensive standouts for the Mavericks, dating all the way back to last season. Rodriguez is going to move Labra to his right on a 3rd and 8. Rodriguez with the quarterback keeper looking for room, and the Maverick defense is on him at the 40-yard line. A loss of 2 yards, and on 4th and 10, Legacy will punt.
For 61, Aiden Martinez did not really bite on the fake handoff. Was right there to bring him down.
The Mavericks, as of yet, have no return man ready to field this punt. They're going to look for somebody to go back there. It looks like it's going to be Bobby Cabrera. And Legacy, I think, is going to let this clock run down and then call a timeout. That's exactly what's happened with a second left on the play clock. 5:51 left in the ball game. Mavericks trail 41-0. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Now the Mavericks have a return man back there. That's Jonathan Salayandia at about the 25-yard line. And I believe this is maybe only the 2nd or 3rd punt of the ball game for Southwest Legacy. It is on its way. It's a high one. Mavericks need to make sure to stay away from it. It kicks at the 37 or so and then makes it to the 35-yard line. That's where the Mavericks will start with 5:37 left in the ball game.
It's going to be interesting to see if the Mavericks, if Cruz is still the quarterback. See, maybe they start giving some snaps to somebody else to get him some experience.
Cruz does come back out onto the field. The next time we'll see the Mavericks, they are open next week, but we'll be down in Eagle Pass as John Jay comes in district play. Cruz from the shotgun. Here's a handoff to Picasso. Put his head down at the line of scrimmage and get a yard to the 36. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Mavericks, who are at this point trying to run down this clock, hopefully Legacy doesn't get the ball back too many more times.
You know, John Jay. We're talking about San Antonio John Jay. Traditionally, from the North Side Independent School District, 6A, and down to 5A this year, and it looks like they're going to have a pretty good ball club.
John Jay always strong. 4:57 left in the game. Cruz rolls right. There's the pass. It's caught at the 39-yard line over on the far sideline by Sugaki. And Sugaki's got the Mavericks a first down. A nicely drawn up and well-executed play there for the Mavericks.
Yeah, Cruz rolling out to the far sideline. Actually threw into double coverage, and Sugaki came up, like you mentioned, the pass was right where it needed to be.
Something to look forward to for the rest of the season there. Plays like that, you've got to move Cruz out of the pocket, and you've got to have the defense give you some respect there. Cruz is in the backfield with Picasso on his right. Weird-looking play there. If it's a free play, Cruz is going to take it just off the fingertips of Sugaki over on the far side of the field, but we'll see what the call is here. That was kind of a start and stop to the beginning of that play.
Well, they let it continue, though. Don't you think that that's going to be an offsides? Well, no, look.
Should be, but it looks like this official is ready to walk it back in the direction of the south end zone against the Mavericks. There it goes. That's a false start. It's going to put the ball at the 38.
That's maybe why you were seeing the start-stop on that play.
So it's a 1st and 15 now for the Mavericks from their own 38-yard line, or rather from the Legacy 38-yard line. 4:13 left in the game. Cruz from the shotgun will take the snap, roll right. Good pickup on the blitz by Picasso, and that pass is incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver at about the 25-yard line, number 88, Angel Espinosa. And on the incompletion, the clock stops with 3:57, and the Mavericks face a 2nd and 15.
Got that pre-snap penalty a play ago, and so they had a 1st and 15, and it looks like I think the clock has it right, as it's still showing a 1st and 15.
Should be a
second.
2nd and 15.
Oh my gosh.
And now the Mavericks will have a first down on a penalty. They were figuring all that out down on the field. And inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
The guy on the chain had it right, didn't he? He knew what was coming on the penalty.
That must have been a personal foul, because that was a 15-yard penalty.
From the spot, huh?
So that takes the ball to the 23 on the far hash mark. 3:57 left in the game. Cruz pointing out linebackers who might be blitzing for Southwest Legacy. There's a snap, rolls right, sets up, and they're going to sack him. Brought down from behind is that number 90 who did that? I don't think so. I think 90's sat down now for the rest of the game. No, number 90 is down here on the sideline.
Number 57, I believe.
A sack for that young man all the way back here to the 31.
Maximus Pineda with a sack.
And it's going to be 2nd and 19 now for the Mavericks as the clock runs under 3.5 minutes, 3:23 left in the ball game. You mentioned nice facilities here. Beautiful looking baseball field over to our left. We see some tennis courts over beyond our vantage point. Picasso with the catch, still bouncing off defenders, and he's down at the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 yards is going to make that a 3rd and 12 now for the Mavericks.
Very unique design here. This field has to the south end zone, behind that nothing, over to the north, the baseball field and the softball field. and then off
Pitch
to
black for a while.
yeah,
after
and
that.
off to one side the tennis courts.
3rd and 12 coming up here for the Mavericks. Cruz rolls right, looking downfield, lets the pass go. It's caught, but his momentum took him out of bounds over on the far side of the field. That's number 46, Jaden Castillo, the fullback, and he lost his balance as he caught that and had to go out of bounds at the 21. A gain of 4 yards, and it's going to be a 4th and 8 now.
Which the Mavericks will go for.
They'll keep the offense on the field with 2:23 left. Clock stops because Castillo went out of bounds. And 4th and 8. Again, Cruz rolls right. There's a pass. Caught again by Jaden Castillo, who caught the previous pass. And Castillo is brought down over on the far side of the field inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And it's a 1st and goal for the Mavericks from there.
Jaden Castillo, number 46, a sophomore, as are a lot of these Maverick players.
As so many of them are on offense, particularly.
You know, you mentioned at the prediction show how difficult it is for, like, especially younger players to move up to the varsity, the speed of the varsity game.
Got a timeout called by the Mavericks before the snap there. And with 1:36, the score is 41-0. We talked about that, too, in the context of talking to head volleyball coach Isa Jimenez, who said the same thing, that, you know, even in volleyball, everything just gets fast when you come up to varsity.
So, especially in volleyball where, you know, you have the really, really good athletes, volleyball players that can really jump and have that really good vertical jump. I know a little bit about that because I have a granddaughter, a junior at O'Connor that's playing
High
volleyball.
School. Young Madison Libson, an outstanding volleyball player for Sandra Day O'Connor High School.
My granddaughters were telling me the other day that if I knew how all the Northside schools were named, and I surprised them because I did know that they're all named after Supreme Court justices.
That is correct. 1:36 left in the game. Back from the timeout. Mavericks have a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Tight formation here. Cruz rolls right, looking for someone in the end zone. No one's open. Still on his feet. The pass is caught in the end zone for the touchdown over in the far corner. That is number 11, Jaime Rojas, with the Maverick touchdown, an 8-yard touchdown strike. That puts the Mavericks on the board with 6 points here with about 1.5 minutes left in the game.
Cruz was rolling to the right side. Looked like he was going to try to run, and then all of a sudden pulled up. And I guess to his surprise, he found 2 Maverick receivers way over there in the corner, right corner of the end zone. One of them, which was the receiver for that touchdown.
Jaime Rojas with the touchdown. On for the point after attempt is Daniel Rodriguez. Low snap, and the holder can do nothing but just eat it there as he's tackled. That's number 4, Jonathan Salayandia, with the hold. But the snap was a problem in that case, and the score will remain Southwest Legacy 41, Mavericks 6. We're going to take a quick break and be right back. Back with you here as the Mavericks are on the board. 41-6 is the score. On behalf of Universal Media Connections, our partners there at KINL 92.7, we want to thank their sponsor, Sangar Furniture, La Villita Tortilla Factory, Border Federal Credit Union, Stat Emergency, Texas Diamond Garage, Jad Harper, Attorney at Law, Salitas Tortilla Factory, Joe Ruiz and Associates, Lorena Melo State Farm, Choch's Barbecue, United Medical Centers, Los Venados, and Tabanay Insurance. Here's a return on that kickoff. Legacy will bring it out to the 31-yard line. And you would think, partner, with 1:15 left, that we're looking at 3 kneel downs here to bring this game to a close.
I would say so here.
The mystery is which quarterback is going to get to kneel this down. It looks like Gampa's coming out to close the game.
Musical chairs here tonight.
And they've all been effective in their own ways. Alex Rodriguez with 2 touchdown runs. Aiden Garcia with some good throws down the field. And Gampa, the veteran quarterback, also with some well-executed plays in this ball game. So Southwest Legacy will be a force to contend with in this district. Low snap, but not much movement there as Gampa will take that and kneel it.
The official will be kind of smart here. He's not going to start the play clock until after he doesn't really even have to start it. And I believe that
one more play they'll have to run.
Yeah.
And this should be the last play of the game, as the play clock is about 20 seconds behind the game clock. And Legacy will snap this one more time, and that will do it. That is the end of the game here from Southwest Legacy Stadium. Final score 41-6. Morris, if you're the Mavericks, you've got an open week next week, and then you're at home for John Jay. Things to work on between now and then.
Well, let me put it to you this way. You get a chance to see John. I mean, you've got plenty of film on John Jay, and then you get to see him again, I think, next week. So, and that, the bumps and bruises and everything, you get the extra time to heal and really try to work out I believe that game's in Eagle Pass, if I'm not mistaken.
We will be down there for that game in 2 weeks as John Jay comes into the sack there in Eagle Pass.
It's been a while since the ponies from the Mustangs from John Jay High School have been down our way.
That's right. The Mavericks will welcome them in 2 weeks. Next Friday, we will be down at the sack in Eagle Pass as New Braunfels Canyon comes in to see the Eagles.
As both of our teams down in the middle of the field, shaking hands. I'm looking across the field. The Maverick band still in the stands. We're after the ball game, as now both of these teams will group for a while and talk. About what went on in the game, what to look forward to, and as for the Mavericks, they will start their trip back home just like we will.
And we want to wish all of the folks that made the trip up here a safe return, of course, also for the students, the Maverick Band, Maverick cheerleaders, the Silverline Dance Team, and all the players. A good return back home, down 35-57.
And a big shout out to all of our people back home that were watching us, and some of them that were not at home. They were all over the state and in different places. We have to
very much.
Our technician here who keeps us going here tonight, that keeps track of everything, Cristina Valadez.
And we've got some stats for you provided courtesy of Jerry Martinez up here. Alex Ross had 2 touchdowns in this game for Southwest Legacy. As we see here that Brian Leos 14 carries for 12 yards there. Axel Picasso, 7 carries, 13 yards there. Total of 91 yards for the Mavericks in this ball game. And we want to thank our friend here for our statistician. Reminds us of our old friend Conrado Perez, who kept stats for us.
Who our friend here knew very well. And in memory of Conrado Perez, who always sitting over there at the north end of our stadium, constantly calling us, sending us messages, telling us to spot the ball.
Spot the ball for me.
Spot the ball.
And folks, thank you so much for joining us here on Eagle Pass Sports Central. On behalf of our sponsors, Brown Chevrolet of Eagle Pass and Cedar Ford of Eagle Pass and Coach's Barbecue, we want to thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Thursday for the prediction show, that one coming to you from Brown Chevrolet. And then on Friday, Pirates night for the Eagles against New Braunfels Canyon. Final score here, 41-6 for my broadcasting partner, Morris Lipson Jr., our audio-visual engineer, Cristina Valadez. My name is Ruben Valadez. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.